Hi guys, welcome back. This video will be an introduction to the basics of derivatives and some of the standard derivative formulas. So first let us understand the concept of derivatives. Suppose we have an equation y is equal to f of x. Now f of x is known as a function of x. So it is basically any term which has x in it. So for example it can be x cube or log x, sin x, e raised to x and many similar such expressions. So in the given equation y is known as a dependent variable and x is the independent variable. So this is because the value of y will change depending on the different values that x takes. So in a way the value of y depends on the value of x. But on the other hand there is no such restriction on x. So it can take any value and that's why it is called as an independent variable. Now derivative is represented by d upon dx because x is the independent variable. So in this case the derivative is written as dy upon dx is equal to d by dx of the function that is f of x. Now the derivative finds applications in a number of scenarios. So if we have been given an equation for distance, suppose s is equal to t cube plus 3t, t is the time. So then we can find the velocity by taking the derivative of both sides. So ds by dt will give us the velocity. And similarly double derivative that is d square s upon dt square will give us the acceleration. So similarly using derivatives we can also calculate the steepness or the slope of any given line. So our first formula is if y is equal to k, now k here can be any constant, so the derivative will be 0. So for example if we have y is equal to 3 then the answer will be 0. Next if y is equal to x raised to n, again n can take up any value that is 3, 2, minus 1 or a fraction even 3 upon 2. So this derivative will be n into x raised to n minus 1. So the derivative of x raised to 5 will be 5 into x raised to 5 minus 1, which will be 5 into x raised to 4. Similarly if we have x raised to 1, the derivative will be 1 into x raised to 1 minus 1. Now anything raised to 0 is always 1. So our answer will be just 1. Now if we have root x, you can first write it as root x can be written as x raised to half. So using the same logic we can get the derivative of root x as 1 upon 2 into root x. Now next we have a into x raised to n. Again a and n are constants, they can take up any values. So the derivative of such a function will be a into n into x raised to n minus 1. So suppose we have our question as y is equal to 4 into x raised to 7. So first 4 will remain as it is. So 4 into derivative of x raised to 7. So the same logic that we used for x raised to n, we'll have it as 4 into 7 into x raised to 7 minus 1, which is 6. So the final answer will be 28 into x raised to 6. Next is derivative of 1 upon x, so that is minus 1 upon x square. So if we have y is equal to 7 upon x, the answer would be minus 7 upon x square. Now next we have the derivatives of all the standard trigonometric functions. So derivative of sin x is cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Next we have tan x, so that gives us sec square x. Similarly sec x, the derivative is sec x into tan x. Cosec x is minus cosec x into cot x, and derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. Now next function, if we have y is equal to log of x, its derivative is 1 upon x. Similarly the derivative of e raised to x is the simplest one. The derivative remains the same as the function itself. So the derivative is e raised to x. Next we have derivative of a raised to x. Now a again here is a constant. So the answer is a raised to x into log a. Now lastly we have the derivatives of some inverse trigonometric functions. So we have derivatives of sin inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x and cot inverse x as follows. So now that we have understood the standard formulas, now let's go ahead and look at the four basic properties of derivatives. So we'll need to use these properties when we want to find the derivatives of functions that are being added or subtracted or multiplied or divided. So the first one is derivative of sum. So let's say we have y is equal to u plus v. So u and v are two terms that are being added here. So to find the final derivative, we'll have to find the derivative of each term on both the sides. So therefore we'll have dy by dx will be equal to derivative of first term plus derivative of second term. So just to understand this concept better, I have taken a simple example. We have y is equal to 2x square plus 1. So dy by dx will be derivative of 2x square plus derivative of 1. So for derivative of 2x square, we can use the formula of a into x raised to n. So that will give us 2 into derivative of x square plus derivative of 1. Now x square derivative will be 2 into x raised to 2 minus 1. So that is 2 into 2x raised to 1 plus, now derivative of 1, since 1 is a constant, so its derivative will be 0. So that gives us the final answer as 4x. So similar to the first one, our next property is called the derivative of difference. So here we have been given y is equal to u minus v, so that is difference of two terms. So just like the previous one, dy by dx will be derivative of first term minus derivative of second term. Next property is for finding the derivative of two terms which are being multiplied. So the easier way to remember it is by remembering the following logic. So we have first term into derivative of second term plus second term into derivative of the first term. So dy by dx will be u, which is our first term, so u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. And lastly we have for functions which are being divided, so this is second term which is our v, so v into derivative of first term minus first term into derivative of second term, and the whole thing is being divided by the square of the second term, which is v square. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, guys. In my next video we'll solve sums based on these properties, so do check that video out, and hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.